The Time Value of Money by Leslie and Jesus. So today we're going to be talking about the time value of money. When you think about time value of money, there's two concepts that you need to cover. There's future value and there's present value. Future value refers to a method of calculating how much the present value of an asset or cash will be worth at a specific time in the future. Here's the formula for future value. Now, present value is the current worth of sum of money of cash flows given a specified rate of return. Here's the formula for present value.
So for example, let's say I wanted to find out how much interest I would incur if I deposited $1,000 into the bank every year for the next 3 years. So for the first year, I would deposit $1,000. For the second year, at an interest rate of 10%, I would input another $1,000. And on the third and final year, I would deposit another $1,000. So let's see how much interest I incur over the course of 3 years. On the first year, I incur an interest of $100. On the second year, I go back to the bank and I have incurred an interest of $210. There. And on the third year, at the beginning, I have incurred no interest because I have withdrawn my money, which is a total of $3,310. So let's recap. 3 years ago, I went to the bank and I deposited $1,000 every year for the next 3 years. Year 1, $1,000. Year 2, $1,000. Year 3, $1,000. Each of those years, I was incurring interest. So year 1, I incurred $100 of interest. Year 2, I incurred $210. And at the beginning of year 3, my total was $3,310. So my total for year 1 was $1,100. My total for year 2 was $2,210. And at the beginning of the third year, my total, when I went to the bank and withdrew my money, was $3,310.
So in the previous example, we talked about future value. Future value was basically trying to find out the interest that was going to be compounded annually over the course of 3 years. Now we want to talk about present value. Instead of adding interest over the course of 3 years, we're going to be discounting the rate over the course of 3 years to find out what it's worth as it sits right now. Okay, so basically I'm going to try to teach you the present value of money instead of the future value of money. So let's say that in 3 years, someone is going to give me $1,000. We know that in 3 years, someone's going to give us $1,000. But let's say I want to find out how much those $1,000 are worth right now, the present value. The present value is discounting the amount of $1,000 instead of earning interest over it. So over the years of 1, 2, and 3, in the first year, the present value is $909.10. The second year, present value is $826.40. In the third year, the present value is $751.30. After 3 years, instead of gaining interest, the present value is discounting the amount of the $1,000, and we know that at the end of 3 years, the present value of $1,000 is $751.30.
So do we want to keep it, or what are we going to do with it?
We would want to take those $1,000 right now instead of waiting 3 years, because we can take these $1,000 and invest that into a bank and gain interest instead of waiting 3 years and having it diminish to $751.30. So we hope that you enjoyed this video and you understand the concept of present value and future value. And that is all.